Look at Bitcoin, and we're going to take a look at Kaspa. Do want to give you a little bit of a warning here on this thing. We're going to come back to this chart here in a second. This is Bitcoin. I do want to make you aware of a couple things that could happen that we definitely want to keep our eyes open for, right? Don't want to get caught off guard, and especially anybody that watches this channel, all right? I want to make sure you're aware of what's going on and what could possibly happen. All right, let's go over here real quick, take a look at a couple other things here. Do want to get this, do want to take a look, number one, the Dow Jones. All right, see what's going on here with this. This thing has gotten a very nice bounce back. All right, the question is, all right, you can see right where it's, I can see where it's at with the fib. Right where it's at right now. Right about at that 618,702. All right, gonna want to keep an eye on this thing. All right, what could be, could be doing an ABC is what I'm getting at here. All right, you're gonna have to watch this, and on a daily. Let's see where we're at here. There's an overhead resistance. We're definitely gonna have to keep an eye on this. Right, coming right down through here. All right. Let's get this a little bit tighter. Should be right out here and in there like that. Okay, has come up, hit that resistance. We'll see what happens here. The daily RSI right down at the bottom. That's good. 12 hour, the same spot. 4. All right, getting a little bit of a rejection on that 4 hour here. We'll keep an eye on this, but being Tuesday, we'll check back in on this. Let's go down and see where the S&P and the NASDAQ are at. NASDAQ, it's going on a daily. Put a fib on it. All right, we haven't got a retracement up very high yet on that. Okay, so we're still decent shape with that. The S&P 500. See where we're at here, and it looks like that's still in the process of coming up. Right, yeah, we did hit a 618 here. All right, you see that hit? Well, no, just barely below it. Looks like, yeah, just barely. I have not hit it yet, but let's see where we're at here. 1 hour, getting a little bit, it could bounce up there, right? But we're gonna have to keep an eye on this stuff pretty intently, right, for sure. What about the USDT? See where it's at. USDT dominance. Would imagine that thing. Oh yeah, it definitely made a bounce here, but still in this range. Still ranging like it's been for a while. I mean, this goes back to April of 2024 down here, right? Now this marked a top in Bitcoin, April of 2024. If we split this, let me show you something here. Let's split this screen with Bitcoin. Alright, split screen. Alright, we're going to put the USDT on there, and we're also going to, over on this side, we're going to put Bitcoin. I'm going to show you something pretty neat. Jimmy, a buddy of mine from over in Europe, showed me this. Alright, let's go on a weekly, and let's put this. This is on a weekly now. Alright, we take a look at this thing. Better yet, let's put it on a monthly. Come over here and put the USDT on a monthly. There we go. Alright, April 2024, which you can see was right, my white line over here on the right hand side. See it moving back and forth? That's lining me up here. Alright, so this bottom on USDT marked the top right there in Bitcoin. We come over here a little bit further, the next bottom right here marked the top in Bitcoin, correct? We come over here, the next bottom This one here marked a top in Bitcoin. You see where I'm going with this? Right here. USDT was down here, marked the top. USDT was down in this area, marked the top. USDT up down in this area again. Did it potentially mark a top here or not? Right? We can go right to these tops and mark it right off. We come back here. USDT was right down here, marked the top in Bitcoin. And USDT right over here was on the bottom over here, marked the top in Bitcoin. You go right back through here. There's June of 2019. Look at that top right down here, top in Bitcoin, come right over here. And the 2017 top was right over here. So each time USDT dominance has come down here towards the bottom, it's marked the top in Bitcoin, right? Top of waves anyway, right? The whole way back through here. Right here is marked the top, here marked the top, here marked the top, and here marked the top. Pretty neat thing to rely back on, right? So the further this gets away from this bottom, the better, right? I mean, these have marked tops down through here. So have we topped out? Possible. Absolutely possible. No question about it. We'll just have to see how Bitcoin reacts, coming in here. And the biggest thing I'm going to cover here is in a second here, we're going to come back to it. Excuse me, and I'm going to show you what I am talking about in here. All right, let's get this off here. Let's go over to Kaspa. If you got in this trade yesterday, I posted this in Discord when price was down here. Okay, made a nice run up so far. Should have quite a ways to go yet. Look at that, it's up 65%. Bass 50 so far today, 48. So if you got in this yesterday in Discord, congratulations, man. You're up pretty big. On a 10x, you would have 5x your money just today. So not too shabby. You want to join that Discord? That's a level 3 membership in the description of the video. Come over and join us, man. I mean, geez, if you would have had $100 on this trade here, you'd be up $500 right now. All right, if you had $20 on it, you'd be up to $100 right now. So, up to you guys. We have 150 some members. We would love to have you. Still looking for this to head up here. All right, and on the hourly, you can see here 1, 2, working on a wave 3 now. All right, so still looking for it to head up there. Overall, that should be pretty good shot. That's like almost a 15 extra money. Not a bad trade, right? Not too bad. All right, but we'd love to have you. You also get 10 hours of videos to watch to teach how to start charting and stuff. So we would love to have you. Come on over and join us. It's only $15. Now Kaspa, let's go out on a 12-hour. A lot of stuff we're going to have to really pay attention to here. Okay, number one, boy, wow, is that a wick, right? This is on Gate. Where's Binance? KuCoin. This is Binance up here. That's MEXC. Boy, MEXC didn't have much of a wick, did it? It went down to 4.7. Right over here on Gate, this thing went down to right around a penny, and then on KuCoin, did about the same. Why did it only go to 4 cents on Gate? That's kind of odd, right? Let's look at Binance for Kaspa. Well, that makes you wonder. Let's look at here, Binance. Let's take a look at this chart. Yeah, it went the whole way down there too. Wonder why Gate only went so far. That's kind of odd, isn't it? Kind of really strange if you ask me. But anyway, in here on Kaspa, number one, on the 12-hour, we have a trend line coming down through here. We are actually hitting. Okay, you're gonna want to see this thing get back above what 6.5, 6.6. Might as well call it 66, 0.066. All right, we're going to want to see a run above that. If not, all right, don't be. You could get a pull down here. No question, you could, right? I mean, you could see a 50% retracement, even down to a 382 here. So just be very careful here, right? You got the 12-hour, still pretty low actually. Your daily. The daily's just starting up. Daily looks good. The weekly's about reset. It looks pretty good. And your monthly, I don't think we have much of a monthly. We don't. Okay. It's not looking that bad. I want to see it get back above 6.6, right, to be in the safe zone. 6.6, 6.7. You know, the higher it gets above that, the better. That would give us back above this resistance right here. All right, if it doesn't, what I'm afraid of here is if Bitcoin would happen to pull down anymore. What I'm looking at here with this thing, it came up to our target, all right, that we put on here the other day. All right, we put a 618 target on here, and it's come up to that area. Okay, put a fib on here. Yeah, pretty close, right? Pretty close to a retracement. It might even make another run up here. What I'm nervous about when I open this up, all right, is this. Let me show you. A possibility, right? Possibility. It's definitely a possible scenario, right? 4 or 5, maybe one more. You know, if it gets one more push down, it could be brutal. It really could. You know, one more push down. If this does roll over, if it does, right? $90,000. $90,000. Isn't that crazy? You know, of course, they would have thought, you know, would have pulled down to where it did, down to 100, right? I mean, possible. It is a possibility. And that would give it 5 waves down. And let's take a look at the RSI and see if, you know, I'm just throwing this out there. I don't want anybody to get caught off guard here, okay, if it does do something like this. Now, if this thing blows up through this 702, 118.5, right up in that range, then it's going to take over. It's going to take out a lot of stuff here, right? Take out this overhead resistance, this white resistance line coming down through here. We'll take out our box, and then I would say it's more likely heading up towards 142. But this is a huge area right here, okay? 116 to 118.5, huge. Huge. It's going to tell a lot. I mean, is it going to pull back down? Is the bull run going to continue? The 12-hour, that 12-hour looks good. You actually got bullish divergence here. You know, got this low and you got a higher low. You got this low and you have an equal low on the RSI. So that looks good. The daily, it's just starting up, right? So that looks pretty good. Your weekly is, you know, trying to turn back up. Definitely is. And the monthly, bearish on the monthly here. 8-hour looks good. 4-hour has also just turned up here. Right, you had this low over here, and you got bullish divergence on it also, right? So this could all be a big nothing burger, right? What I'm telling you, it absolutely could. Bitcoin comes up and takes out, might as well call it 119. I mean, this is at 118.4, but right there's 119, right? I mean, you could get wicks up through there, right? This thing runs up here, you know, and runs up through here, back tests this and keeps going. That's fantastic. All right, now if it comes up here and gets rejected and starts rolling over, that's going to be a little bit of a little bit scary, right? Then you would be either looking at, let's see what they measure out, if they're the same. An ABC would take you down to 92. It's very possible too, you get an ABC out of this, or a fifth wave would take it down around 90, right? So either way, if it gets rejected, it's not good. Either way. Then when it comes up here and hits this B, we run into an alt season with the C leg down. I don't know. We're gonna find out though, right? I mean, very very soon. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance and see what's going on with it. Just want you to be aware of this stuff, right? And on a daily, this has come down. Look at that, bounced right off that line. This line we've had in here, right? Said it want to see it break, and that could be good. This could be bouncing back up to a 382 maybe. Yeah, maybe bouncing back up here and then rolling over. Maybe a 1, wave 2 up and then 3 down. But I just want you to be aware of what's going on, guys. Just to be out, pay attention out there. You want to see Kaspa retake 0.06667. That would put it back up above this area, and you want to see Bitcoin definitely run up back, probably back above through 119 would be a safe bet. 118.3 on there, but 119,000, you want to see it clear it. All right, comes up here and gets rejected. Then look for a pullback, possibly a pretty brutal one, right? The daily, like I said, this thing, if it does get rejected here, the RSI looks pretty decent, right? Bullish divergence here, looking like it's going to make a run here real soon and try to smash up through there. We'll see what happens with it. All right, we'll see what happens. Then I'll get back here in a day or so, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see what happens, and we'll get back in touch with you. But I want to get that out to you so you're aware of what's going on and what to watch for, okay? Have a great day, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching.